Hi all, Hal here with more Empyrean. Mwahaha. And yes, this is not part of the Empyrean Iron Man Challenge. This is a standalone playthrough. Now, this is going to be one of those hybrid series where we will live stream part of it and we will record part of it. So by the time this comes out, the live stream should have already have occurred. Well, I know it already occurred because I did it earlier today. But it should be exported over to YouTube, and then you will be getting this one, and then you will hopefully get the next live stream ported and rinse and repeat. Basically, what this allows us to do is I can hang out with you while I'm doing things like resource gathering and, you know, getting things ready. And then when we do the recording, we'll actually do the builds, which we're going to do here. We have been making a little bit of progress, but I just want to give you an overlay of what the whole thing was going to be like. So now, let's get started. Okay, so by now you have either gone back and looked at the live stream export, hopefully, so you know what's going on, or you are just hanging out to see what we're going to do today. So let me show you what we've gotten done. We've explored a pretty good portion of the planet so far. We've actually gone around, found a few things. We started over here, had done a little bit of mining, and most of what we've done has been raiding. So we found a couple of portions of the crashed Titan, which I think there should be another one. Yeah, so there's the three pieces of the Titan. We've got the admin building down here. Now I've got a place over here that I found a settlement, and the settlement we're using for fridge storage, right? This one had the crafting stations that we needed to use for the fridge. This one has our actual crafting stations, and there is another, yeah, the settlement here has the, actually, I'm going to set the waypoint for this. And this actually has the food processors, not the FOD processors, the food processors. There we go. Okay, so we have our resources temporarily taken care of at least. Now, the funny thing is that this particular place has only resource crafting. So it has two of the large crafters over here in this area. If you come through this side and you go up the stairs here, this will actually take you over to a furnace. Now, I've had people ask me what the furnace does, and I don't generally use them, but I'm thinking I may actually build one of these once I get to the point where I'm making my base. So what you do is you put your items in here, you put your raw resources in for any of the stone-based things, and it will process them in the order that they're in here. So if you come back from a raid and you've got, you know, 100 silicon, 100 copper, or whatever, you just drop them in here and it'll actually auto-produce them for you as long as it has power. You don't have to queue it up, you don't have to tell it to do anything, it just runs. Works really, really well, and I'm thinking we're probably going to put one of those in the CV when we get into that point. Now, as I was saying earlier, the whole purpose of this is that we're doing kind of a hybrid series where we'll do YouTube and Twitch. Twitch will be for a lot of the grindy stuff, as well as any type of special events we decide to do. And then the recording will be the things like this, where we're bringing you up to speed on what's going on. And we'll be doing a little bit more as far as like the work is concerned. So we're going to go ahead. We'll move that over here. As you can see, I've got the parts for pretty much a complete HV. I know, I am not a fan of the HV, and I think everybody knows this. But we're going to try and see if we can make this thing work. Now, like I said, I know I am kind of notorious for not liking these things. So that's what, 3, 4, 5. So we got 6, 7. So we do 11. That should be enough space. And then we will do by 7. That way we have the outer wall area. So now our floor is going to be, come on, there you go. So that's going to be our working space, right? That should be enough, I think. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a double thick wall here, because this is our outer wall, right? Alright, so let me go queue up some more. Let's queue up some more blocks while we're doing this. So come over here, we're going to queue up, I don't know, like another 100 blocks. I always like having enough to get things done. Right. Okay, now like I said, we're going to use this being our interior space, and then this is going to be our wall. So we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to rough frame this in so we know what our actual usable space is going to be. Okay. Now we will move the core eventually as well. Actually, before I forget, let's queue one of those up as well. Now the idea is that this is going to be a mobile base. We want to have something. Queue up one of those. We want to have something that we'll be able to use as time progresses in order to get us around. Now, normally I would skip the HV, go right to SV. But what I wanted to do this time is I want to do a little bit more casual play. I don't want to have a system where what we're doing is basically just rushing through to get things done as fast as possible. I want to sit back and actually enjoy this one a little bit. So that's what we're going to work on. And did I not get a cockpit? Oh, I could have sworn I built one. Did I run out of materials? Is that what it was? Yeah, so we don't have a cockpit. I could swear I had built one. Oh well. It's fine. So now the idea of what we're going to do for this build is we're going to have a few things here. We're going to go... where are my cargo blocks? Okay, so first things first, we're going to take these. We're going to flip them. Yeah, we'll do them that way. Grab our fridge. We have our fridge right there. And we actually have more cargo blocks, right? Okay, so let's... There we go. We're going to do this. And what we're going to do is we're building a small crafting station. Or a small crafting center, I should say. And... Alright, so that gives us our crafting area. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do most of the internals first, and then we'll come back and do the greebling. That way I can figure out where things need to be in order to get things done. So we're going to have you there. Thinking... Let's go ahead and do... I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and do the RCS right here. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. Okay. And this is the wall. Interior space. So let's grab these, move this out of the way, grab those. We're going to go ahead and go here first. I'm thinking... Because what I'm thinking is something like this. Because the thought is that if we're under power, you're not going to be back here too much. You're basically going to queue a bunch of things up and leave. So I'm hoping that this will not be a heat issue. Oh yeah, that's better. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and go like so. Come on, let me up there. Thank you. I know I could just be using the drone to do this, but it's fun. Okay, so that'll be there. That's enough room to put a door in, so we'll be able to close that section off. And then, like I said, basically the idea is that that's 1, 2, 3, right? And this is going to come up and over, and basically we'll have a door mounted here, which gives us room to come in this way. And then we will have an entrance. I may need to make this a little bit longer, which is fine. I don't mind too much. So yeah, we'll have to make this a bit longer, like maybe 3 blocks, 4 blocks longer. Let's go 3. And then what we'll do is we'll make this the front. And that way we'll have the chairs there. Okay. So you'll come in here. You'll have the cockpit here. We'll probably put some facilities on board, like chairs if we can. I'm not quite sure where we can put in HVs anymore, so HVs and SVs are a little weird. Like if it was a CV, now we could actually build in like habitation areas and a bunch of other things, but for now, we're gonna make do with what we got. And since we know that that is that, and yes, I know I could be doing this in mirrored mode and it would make my life much easier and less stressful and, you know, unlimited rice pudding. So this should hopefully be good. Now we're going to go, let's see, you are 1 block now, right? So we're going to go back there and there, and then you guys are actually going to go in these corners. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to plan around the idea of upgrading these to the larger engines at some point. I'm hoping that this will be enough to lift the mass of this. I don't really want to have to put more in, but if I do, I will. Alright, and then, okay, let's go see if our blocks and cockpit are done so we can get that going. Now, you're probably noticing this is along the lines of something that I've built before. I tend to fall back on very similar designs. What we'll do is we'll come back later and we'll greeble this thing out and make it look a little bit more interesting. But for now, let's see. We're gonna grab this. Like so. There you go. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, I think this is going to work nicely. Now, one of the things that I do want to do is I want to have... I don't want the core to be directly in harm's way. Did they give me a core? Oh, they gave me the core back now. Nice. Okay. So you're going to go that way. But I do want the core to kind of be a centerpiece. So let's go... Can we do... I guess we could do this. See, the problem is that we did odd numbers. So maybe... Oh, you know what we can do? I've got an idea. All right. So what we're talking about doing is having all of this basically a wall, right? Where we take it up like this. Should have started at the top and brought it down. We want this to go up a little bit because we do want it to go... Come on. So really? I really, really hate some of this stuff. So that should be the center point. And we are going to go like this. Yeah, the traction or lack of traction that you get on your space shoes really irritating sometimes. All right. So now we're going to go back to here. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Oh, come on, you son of a... There we go. What? It gave me... What? Oh, you... Because there's no core in it. So it gave me the components. Son of a... Oh, yeah. Alright. So that will give us there. Actually need to make a second ventilator because we want this to be pressurized. So that's going to go there for now. We're going to put one ventilator here. We're going to do another one on the other side so that the entire area can be compressed, or can be pressurized. Okay, so we're going to do... Oh, there they are. Actually, I want to go this way. Do I want that? Come on. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I wasn't going to do it. I didn't want to use it, but I don't really have a whole lot of choice because this thing is almost as twitchy as the landing. Alright, so... Come on. Dude. Alright. Yeah, that works. Okay. And then we know that we're going to have... Wow, the controls are twitchy. Alright. Actually, no. There we go. Alright, so we want to bring it out at least 3. And then we're going to flip this around. There we go. Alright, so that leaves us a place to put in the second ventilator. And we can then basically, we're going to repeat what we did on the other side. So we're going to have a half block here. We're going to do this block there, right? Yes. Awesome. And then we can put a light in the middle there. Okay. Now, for this side, we're going to do... and this. Okay, let's hide that really quick. So we'll end up with the core here. We'll be able to put a work light in on the back wall. Yes, that should work. That should work nicely. Okay, so first things first. Core's in. Yay. Can I get away with... no, because if I put anything here, I have a feeling it's going to block this. Because what I'd like to do is to maybe do something like that. Is that block airtight? It'd be nice if they told you which blocks were airtight. Because in theory, this block should not be airtight. But that doesn't mean anything. So we'll leave it like it is for now. Yeah, we'll leave it like it is. It's fine. Alright. There we go. Okay. And for you, we're just going to go ahead and fill this stuff in at this point. So what we're trying to do is we're just trying to get an idea of what the general size of this thing is going to be. Okay. And like I said, I'm hoping to be able to get... that leaves us with 2. Okay, so we're definitely going to need more blocks. That's obvious. Okay, so we need another ventilator. We're going to need 2 doors. We have the cockpit now, right? Yeah. So let's go ahead... oh, that one? Or that one? I kind of like that one. So are we going to put it in the middle? I kind of like the idea of having it off to one side. Okay, so we have power systems, we have fuel. Let's go ahead and just gonna drop all of those in there. Are you enough? Whoa, there it goes. No thrusters though, okay. We need to put thrusters on it so that we can steer it. Alright. We know it's back heavy. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and throw... I think we're going to throw some thrusters... so 1, 2... let's do it there. There. And then we said here, right? And this one was... got bounced around there. Okay, so this one goes 1 block back from the front. And yes, I know, mirror mode is my friend. All right, here. son of a... Swear. Right. And then these are just the ones that we're placing here. We're putting here just so that we can... Oh, I don't have the two on the front. That's why. I was like, going, why am I missing... Huh? Some of these, like I said, are just placeholders so that we can make sure that everything works. Okay, should be good. Let's turn that off. There we go. Where are we? So they're like, what are we hitting that's causing us to tip like that? Alright. So, that gets us the beginnings of our ship. Now what I'm thinking I may do with this is take a basic blueprint of it and reproduce it as an SV as well. That way we'll have a progression where we go from an HV up to the SV, and then from the SV to the CV. But most importantly, we are able to not go drifting too far. Okay. So now it's just getting the doors. Let's go ahead and get in here. I think we have some more blocks made. Or did I grab them all? I grabbed them all. Okay, so let's go ahead and queue up a few more blocks. Actually, before we go too much further, so we'll need level 10 for actual doors. Okay, we got the ventilator, we've got that. Okay, so let's go ahead and unlock these. And I think that is going to just about do it for what we can build right now. Level 10 is our next goal, so we want... Still need to put the ammo box and the cargo box in. The harvest box, as I should say. Now, the reason I've got a harvest box set up is because what I'm going to do with this is we're going to eventually put mining turrets and a multi-turret on it, which is why I'm building the roof kind of the way that I'm building it right now. So we want on an armor locker. Got all of this. We want 2 main thrusters. And 2 shutters. And then a crap ton of blocks. So I don't know, we'll queue up like another 100 blocks. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, call this one here. When we come back next time, we should have the ship a little bit further along, if not completely done. We're going to be building some windows, we're going to put in some other things as well. And eventually, once we get to the point where we've got it once we've leveled up enough to do so, we'll make it a little bit a little more heavily armed and armored. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thank you for stopping in. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, haven't done so already, I do ask that you subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down below the video. The reason I ask for all of this is because, well, it helps the channel to grow, but it lets me know that you're enjoying the content, and that's more important. So, on that note, I'm out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Have a terrific rest of your week, and we will see you back here next time for more Empyrion. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody.